So if you don't know, I'm currently working on a Sonic Fangame. And while I may not know exactly what I'm doing, I felt pretty confident about working on the game because Sega themselves are pretty lenient when it comes to fan projects and fan games. At least, that's what I thought until... What the hell? Bro, what's going on, man? Apparently, Sega took down a Roblox Sonic fan game. The game was called Sonicexe The Disaster. And while I never got to play the game, it had a huge community. And just by looking online and looking at clips, this game looked fun as hell to play, I'm not gonna lie with you.
Oh my... I'm Freddy Fazbear. Never mind,
I thought the developers did something wrong, such as possibly monetizing the game, but it doesn't even seem that was the case. I genuinely am not sure what could set Sega off to take down the game besides the fact that they do own Sonic. It's just really odd because there are plenty of Sonic games on Roblox. Like, there are so many. Why this one? Now, people were discussing that it could possibly be a fake Sega, or it could be GameFam, who makes the official Sonic game on Roblox, Sonic Speed Simulator. But the developer is saying that it is Sega, so just for now, I'm going to assume that it is, since they themselves are pretty confident in it being them. Now, to be honest, this is a first for me. I've never really heard Sega go out of their way to kill a fan project, so I actually wanted to look up and see if there were other projects that actually got shut down. And while there aren't that many, there actually are a few. One of them was, funny enough, a Roblox Sonic game called Sonic Eclipse Online. But looking into it, I understand why this one got taken down. Apparently, the creator had been arrested by the FBI and sentenced to life because basically they were a pedophile. So thank you, Sega, for closing that one. The next ones aren't Sonic related, but they do have to do with Sega IPs. One of which was a Streets of Rage remake made back in like 2011. This was pretty much a fan-made remake of the original Streets of Rage. And listen to this. It took 8 years to make. That is almost a decade of development. I cannot imagine working on something for that long just for it to get taken down. Matter of fact, the reason for it even getting taken down isn't even really said. Sega themselves just said they need to protect their intellectual property, so I don't know. And then lastly, there's one that took place more recently in 2021. The website KH Insider has a bunch of video and PC game soundtracks that you can download. However, a bunch of Sega tracks had to be removed one day, which included over 500 albums. Jeez! This one wasn't really Sega themselves, but was actually a company called Wavemaster, which manages Sega's music. But this one still sucks because it unfortunately even included fan-made compilation albums for games that had no commercial release or anything, so I don't even know about that one either. But that's pretty much it for all the projects that were affected by Sega in some way. And compared to a lot of other companies, this is one of the best track records because at least I haven't seen anyone get straight up sued. And while I can understand fan projects getting taken down if they're being used for profit or for some other illegal means, a project like Sonicexe The Disaster did really nothing wrong. Matter of fact, the game is based off something that was originally a creepypasta, so I wouldn't even put it in the same category as the Streets of Rage remake. This definitely has to be one of the most odd cases of Sega stepping in, especially since there, like I said, there are so many other Roblox Sonic games that are a lot less original. And with how many hours I've sunk into my own Sonic fan game, which isn't even finished yet, if that suddenly got taken down, I don't even know how upset or angry I would be. So I honestly have all the sympathy and respect for the developer, especially since they're so talented, and I really hope the game gets brought back in at least some way. That's pretty much it for this video. I'll drop the Discord server of the game in the description if you want to check out everything that's going on with that. Games are an art, and even if it's a fan game, it is still an expression of art in an incredible way, because I can obviously see how much one game resonated with so many people. So please show your support, and I wish y'all the best. Be careful out here if you're making any projects, man. Be careful out in these streets, okay? Watch yourself.